Tenemos el gran honor de presentar a una de las universidades más esperadas de nuestra feria. Hong Kong University of Science and Technology está aquí. Nos acompañan Mrs. Stephanie Wong, Mrs. Becky Mock y su equipo, representantes de la universidad que darán su ponencia en inglés. Thank you, my friends, for your participation, for your cooperation, and for your patience. Please, you can go ahead now with your full screen presentation.
So good evening. So for all those who have been waiting for our presentation, so technical issues happens, and then good students and researchers, we find solutions. That is important. Yes. So thank you, Lillian, for arranging this information session for us. So I'm Betty. I'm from Hong Kong, the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. From our name, you know that. So our focus, it is a research university with a focus on science and technology. So let me show you a bit about ourselves. Yes, so let's first start with a very short video clip so to let you know more about ourselves. Can we go to the next slide? So, yes.
We are young,
so let's first start
but
with
we
a
have the
very short video
determination
clip
to better the
to
world.
let you know more about ourselves.
learning from the past,
So,
Seeing the future. Believing in innovation
are
and the
young.
value
let's
of
first
creation.
start
But
with
we
a
have the
very short video
determination
clip
to better the
To
world.
let you know more about ourselves.
learn
HKUST is a globally oriented university focusing on nurturing talents who will become responsible citizens and future leaders. We promote an inquiring mindset that uncovers novel perspectives, translates knowledge into useful applications, and forges innovation to enrich people's lives. Focusing on nurturing talents, we endeavor to excel in what we pursue and future leaders. We promote an inquiring mindset. We lead the advancements in academia and make breakthroughs in scholarships and entrepreneurship. All of these contribute to the sustainable development of the university. Here, we endeavor to excel. We always strive to overcome the current and future challenges with a holistic approach and make breakthroughs in scholarships. We continue to expand the horizons of the university to foster academic advancement, innovation, cultural exchange, and community development. The encompassing culture to cultivate new ideas can be felt at every corner of the campus. Here, we embrace and celebrate diversity in all its forms. At HKUST, we attract great minds from around the globe. The encompassing
So we have a presentation. The video clip is short and sweet. And then let me tell you a bit more about our university. So the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, so it is established in 1991. So this year we are celebrating our 30th anniversary. So we are young. And then from the name, you know that we are not a comprehensive university. Our strength is with science, engineering, business, and also humanities and social science. And we have an interdisciplinary program office because all these in solving the grand challenges, we need talents, we need interaction, collaboration from different areas. So our university, so somebody call it the miracle by the sea. So you can see that this is a real picture of our university. So we have 20,000 undergraduate students, 6,500 postgraduate students. And our medium of instruction is English. So it is an international university, and we welcome students from all over the world. And diversity is one of our mission. Okay, so next we'll take a look at what I mean by young but globally recognized. So all along, if you want to check out the ranking of university, mainly we look at the QS ranking and also the Times Higher Education. So, and for QS, when we talk about the top young universities, we are ranked number 2. So it's really something. We are well recognized in just 30 years. And in Asia, our ranking is number 8. And if we look at science and engineering about the world ranking, we are top 20. So you can see that we are amongst the best university when you look at the ranking. We're in good company. And so although our name is called Science and Technology, so we are very good in business and management area, because if you look at the Financial Times Global EMBA ranking, we are consistently ranked #1. So that, especially if you are entrepreneurial, you are doing science and technology, and you want some business exposure, then you will be well connected among the best. Okay, so and then for the last row, you can see that there's the Global University Employability Ranking. So this is a survey. So there are 500 worldwide companies who rank the graduates. So we are ranked 26. So we are not just in the ivory tower. So our graduates are well sought after. Of course, you have to put in your efforts. Okay. And then we are, as I mentioned, we are a research university. So how good is our quality of research in Hong Kong? So we need to look at data. In Hong Kong, the Hong Kong government, they have a research grant council, and they conduct a research quality assessment every 6 years. The last exercise was done in 2020, just last year. So you can see that, so we have 470 eligible research staff to be assessed. And they rank the research output in a 4-point scale. So 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars. So 4 star would represent the world leading quality. And then you can see that for HKUST, that is our university. So 39% are recognized as the world leading university research outputs. And 43% are internationally excellent. So among our peers, we are doing the best, especially if you look at the 4-star and 3-star ranking. So this is very objective data. So if you are really interested in research, do come with us. And even if you are interested in TOTS programs, so we have the same faculty members. So you are learning from the best. And also, as my boss often says, when you get your textbook, even the newest version of the textbook, they contain research output from 10 years before. So, but if you come to a university, then we have very good active researchers. You can read their paper, you can learn from them about the latest development. I think that is very important, whether or not you are doing a research degree or a TOTS program. Yes, and then as I mentioned, we would like to recruit students from all over the world. We now have students, the postgraduate students, from more than 60 countries and regions. And we would like to see more from Peru. Yes, so do come. So we have air conditioning, so don't worry. So it will not be too humid, too hot, or too cold. Okay, so and then our faculty members, all of them, they have PhD degrees. They are active researchers. They are from different countries. Okay, so come to join us. Yes, of course you have to present that you are a very good candidate. Okay, and then yes, and I would like to tell you that our management, they are very innovative. They learn from young people. They have young minds even in the management. So they are thinking of every day. They're thinking about how we can enhance life, how we can have better future for the university and for the community, for the larger community. So as I mentioned, so our current campus in Hong Kong, it is established 30 years ago. And we are now thinking about, we are now building a new campus just across the border in the mainland China. So it is very close to us. So it is twice the size of our current university. So you can see the current campus on the left and the new campus on the right. So the new campus is scheduled to open next September. So, and then in the current campus, we now have 2,500 research students. And in the new campus, we target having about 4,000 research students. That means that is almost twice the research student size in about 7 years. And then in the long run, we're targeting 6,000 research students. And the campus on the right is very beautiful also. It is designed by a very famous team from New York. Before the pandemic, the team comes here every month for meeting. And then, well, it is spectacular how they come up with this design, because at first it is just some farmhouse, some rivers. And then now it would have different research labs. So it is very well equipped. And I can tell you that currently we are in full swing building the new campus, and we are having different task force committees to look at the readiness for having the new campus in September. And we have international students in all those committees to make sure that all the facilities, they are user friendly, including foreigners. We want them to settle well, to be part of our university community on both campuses. Okay, and the two campuses, we don't have a main campus and a branch campus. They are two equal campuses with the same academic standard, same practice of business, and both of them we use English as the instructional language. So if we look at the map on the right-hand side, so to the south, we have the current campus in Hong Kong, and then we have the new campus a bit north. If we take the high-speed train, it only takes you 23 minutes to go from Hong Kong train station to the new campus train station. So if the border is open, yes, it is pretty close. And then students on both campuses, they can take courses from both campuses. And also they can use the facilities on both campuses. So this is, we are thinking about complementary campuses. But how are they complementary? In the current campus, we have conventional research areas. So in Hong Kong, we have the basic research, basic science. We have science, engineering, humanities, business. So, and then these would be very long-standing areas. And in the Guangzhou campus, so we don't compete with each other. That's why in the Guangzhou, we look at the great societal issues. Then we think about what the society needs now. And then we have the cross-disciplinary research areas like advanced material, in intelligent transportation, so on and so forth. So we have the cross-disciplinary areas. And then the research would be mission-driven in the new campus. So we have different research programs and different research focus on both campuses, okay? And then, so here we have a slide showing you that at University of Science and Technology, we have different types of degree. We have the research programs, that is the MPhil, and then the PhD, and then we also have TOTS programs. Of course, so for research, I won't go too much into the details of the administrative arrangement. I believe that our audience, they have the wisdom to to go to our websites to find out all the details. So I will leave that to you, because if you are interested, you will take a look. Can we go back to the previous one? So for the research program, the Hong Kong government is highly subsidizing the tuition fee. So the tuition fee, it is just about $5,000 US per year. This is a very gestural amount. So the government is subsidizing it heavily. So, and almost all of our research students, they have the studentship. So the studentship should be good enough to pay for the tuition, pay for your daily living. So no worries about your financial, because we want all our students to be fully engaged in the research activity. We don't want them to go to do part-time, or they are not allowed to do part-time by the Hong Kong government, but we don't want them to worry about financials. Okay, so that is something that I want to assure you. And then for the TOTS program, then the government doesn't sponsor, they are self-financed. So that's why the tuition fee would be a lot higher. And you have to think about whether it is within your affordable range. Okay, and then if we take a look at the next slide. So as I mentioned, we have a new campus. They have different focuses to facilitate the collaboration of the supervisors, and we want students, if they are doing research in a certain area, they need expertise from different research areas across the campuses. We have this dual degree opportunity. Students, we don't offer prescribed dual degrees. We want students to come in to one PhD degree on either campus, and then you discuss about your research plan with your supervisor. And then if there's the need, the supervisor can help you identify a suitable co-advisor in another area on the other campus, and they jointly supervise you. And this is the dual degree arrangement. So you can leverage the expertise on both campuses. I think, and we only require one thesis. Of course, the one thesis should have substantial component to count towards individual degrees. Yes, and if you're interested, this is you can just come in and then you can do 2 degrees at one time. Yes, okay. And then also, as I just mentioned, in our Hong Kong campus, we have quite a number of the central research facilities. Individual departments, they have their own labs, but we have some very dedicated equipment. So we don't want them to just sit there somewhere and they are underused. So we want sharing of important research facilities. So we have quite a number of central research facilities here. And then the Hong Kong researchers are helping the Guangzhou campus to build their central facilities, and students can use the research facilities on both campuses. I think that is a plus when you consider joining the HKUST. Yes, and this is about the funding. So as I said, so the tuition is for the research degree is just a gestural amount. It is about 5,000 US dollar per year. And then we give out postgraduate studentship to almost all those students we take in. We only take in good ones, and then we give them this studentship. And then the studentship, as you see, it is about 28,000 US. So it is a very decent amount. And this is the amount for Hong Kong. And for Guangzhou, if student wants to join the Guangzhou campus, the amount will be comparable, and the amount should be the best, by far the best in the mainland China. Okay, and very good students. We also have other scholarship schemes, and also I would like to mention the Hong Kong government. The Hong Kong government has a Hong Kong PhD fellowship scheme. The deadline is December 1st, so you have to run to catch this deadline. But this is to help Hong Kong recruit the best students from all over the world. So they give even more generous stipend. You see, it is about 41,000 US dollar per year. And there's travel allowance, there's a lot of goodies to go along with this fellowship. It is very competitive. All over Hong Kong, we have 300 awards. And Hong Kong UST has been on the top of the list for 10 out of 12 years in the past. So roughly one out of 6 of our PhD students, they hold this prestigious Hong Kong PhD fellowship scheme. So you know about the quality of the students that we have. So it is important that you come in and be working with the brightest faculty members and their peer fellow students. Yes, you don't work in isolation. That is something important that you should consider. And if you come to Hong Kong, so we have the first 2 years, it is guaranteed university housing. And then all the students, they can find a way to be well accommodated. Don't worry. Okay. So this is about the situation. As I mentioned, I don't want to go to the very nitty-gritty administrative arrangement because I trust all of you are very mature adults, and then you can find out all the details. If you want to find out more details, just pg.ust.hk, and then we have a website with all the detailed information. If you have further questions, so anytime, so drop us an inquiry. Our college will be helping. Yes. Okay. So this is another short video clip we would like to share with you.
Hello, I'm Alessandro from Italy, and I'm here at HKUST to study a PhD in mechanical engineering.
I'm Bagi Wapondi Nyandi. I come from Ghana, and I study chemical and biological engineering.
My name is Kirill Konovalov, and I come from Russia. I study chemistry.
My name is Veronica Sensen. I come from Ljubljana, Slovenia, and I study bioengineering.
My name is Kirill Shatilov. I came from Novosibirsk, Russia, and I study computer science and engineering.
I'm Raymond Rohn. I come from the United States, and I study history.
My name is Charikli Astoura. I come from Greece, and I study civil engineering in HKUST.
I came to HKUST for my PhD study because I found a natural extension of my home project.
After my bachelor studies in Greece, I wanted to challenge myself in a completely different environment.
I decided to look for the ideal supervisor, and I found such a supervisor at HKUST, and that's what brought me here.
HKUST is among the top universities in the world.
It's a multicultural, research-intensive university.
What first impressed me here was the vegetation. It's completely green, the campus.
The morning after I woke up and I saw the view from my place, and I decided to go for a walk down to the beach.
I love the facilities and I love my lab mates.
Do you want to study a PhD in a great place and meeting great people?
Come join UST.
It's really the place that's going to change your life.
One of the best decisions you'll ever make.
HKUST, innovating today, imagining tomorrow.
So if we move on, so just now someone asked about the application deadline. So the Hong Kong PhD fellowship deadline is December 1st. For the other programs, so we allow programs to have their autonomy. So the business school or the humanities, they may have earlier deadline in January or in March. The others, it could be March, May, or June. So you can see that we are from, most of our faculty members, they come back from North America. So we let the academic departments to decide what is best for them. So we don't have one deadline for everybody. So this, you can have some idea about how things work in our campus. Okay, so and then if you're interested in doing research, I believe that you would like to make an impact in the world, in your country and in the world. So I would like to show you a tiny bit about our achievement, our students' achievement. So I believe a lot of you know about the drones. So okay, so Frank Wong is one of our MPhil graduates. So he's now the founder, CEO of DJI. So you can check out the impact of having DJI right now. So in the sky, we have Frank Wong, we have DJI. And then in the sea, so we have something similar to the drones, but it is not in the sky, it is in the sea. So we have Yun Zhou. So this is Dr. Zhang. So he's an MPhil and also PhD graduate from our university. So in the sky, we have DJI. In the sea, we have Yun Zhou, so the unmanned ship. And on the land, we have the unmanned vehicle. We have Unity Drive. So this is Professor Liu Ming So you can see this is some idea about the impact of our research student. So sky, sea, and land. So they are making an impact. One day you will be one of them if you join us. Yes. So this is something you can aspire to. And there are also other alumni like Clarence. Clarence is a civil engineering graduate, but at the point that he graduated, he received 5 or 6 job offers from consultant, from civil engineering firm, from investment bank, and in New Zealand, in Hong Kong, in different places. And now he is an assistant professor in another university in Hong Kong. So what I want to show is that it's not limiting that as a civil engineering PhD ought to be a civil engineer. Of course, he is now in the civil engineering department in Hong Kong U. But in terms of getting job offers, so if you are capable, then you can get job offers from different companies. And next to Clarence, we have Dr. Teresa Law, and then she's a student of a Japanese professor who wants to turn carbon into diamond. And then Teresa always think big, and she's now she has her own company doing air purifier. And Teresa is also somebody in Hong Kong. The Hong Kong chief executive appointed her to be a member of a lot of those research assessment panels. So you can see the impact of our graduate students. Yes. And a lot of those innovation funding, the assessment panel, Teresa is part of it. And then Professor Kai Long Hui, he's one of he's an undergraduate and then a PhD from UST. And he's now an associate dean in our business school. And so we have Dr. Zhang, he's now in Shanghai. So he's a foreigner. So you can see that he settles in well in Hong Kong, and he's now working in the mainland China. So there's no problem that your students, that one of you come to Hong Kong to settle well and then to have a career in Hong Kong or in China. So come and explore more, or you can talk to our student ambassador. So this is just, and then we have PhD students who are taking faculty positions in Hong Kong, in Canada, in Simon Fraser. That is also a very good university in Canada. Yes, so this just to show you about the prospect. We cannot find a job for you. Okay, you have to count on yourself, but you will find good prospect here. Yes. Okay, so that is about it on my presentation. And then our colleagues has been prepared a lot of things for you. Just scan the QR code, it brings you to our website. There's a lot of information. We have our Facebook, we have our WeChat, we have YouTube, all those information for you. So we make resources available to you, but we don't do spoon feeding. Okay, that's about it. Lillian, back to you.
Thank you so much, Betty, for your presentation. We have several questions of the audience, but you already answered all during your presentation. Any other question? No, that's all for the moment. Maybe if you wanna share with us some other information or some other video.
I think we can leave it to the students. They should be capable. Okay, just trust yourself, and
yes,
then
of course.
yes, try to present your research capability, and also not all I must say not all professors know about your education system. So tell them a bit more. Tell them a bit more so that they have more confidence. They know that you are a good candidate. Okay, because when you submit an application, you want to impress the professor, and also you can try to drop them emails. I cannot promise that everyone would reply your email, but no harm to try. Okay, it's important that you find a supervisor whose research area, research interest map with yours, and the supervisor. Some supervisors would think that, oh, it's good to have a student who's proactive to try to discuss with him or with her about the prospect of the having a research career with us. Yes. So
of course.
Don't have to try. And our application fee is just minimal. So 180 Hong Kong
dollars. Okay.
Yes.
That's great. That's great.
Yes.
Any language requirements for English? Maybe English or maybe Chinese or any other language?
We only require English We only require English. So TOEFL? English, it is TOEFL. Yes. TOEFL, it is 80. And then IELTS, it is 6.5. Of course, subscore, it is 5.5. And we understand that because of the pandemic, some of you may not be able to go and take the physical TOEFL or IELTS. We accept an alternative test, which is called the Duolingo. It is, yes. So it is quite handy that. So
very popular here right now.
Yes. So and of course, if you get a first degree from a university, which use English as a teaching media, we don't need for you to do the test. But say if you have very good English, you want to impress the professor, why not take the test? Let's say you have TOEFL 100. Yes. Then they say, oh, they have no doubts about your quality. So yes.
Show off.
And then there's somebody asked about the admission requirement. Let's say if it is an MPhil, normally we just ask for the bare minimum. It doesn't mean that we don't look for quality. We just want to cast the net wider. And then of course, faculty members will look at your CGA, or because let's say I see the question from civil engineering. So civil engineering faculty members, professors, they would know how good they will look at your transcript. Of course, math, English, those are a good indicator, and then your CGA. Okay, so and of course there should be a good match about the research interests.
Once again, we kindly thank you, Betty. Thank you, ladies, for all your participation and for all the important information you are providing us to the program professionals. And it's been a great honor to have you here and to really look forward to having you at the next fair next year here, if possible.
Yes. We want your students to come, and also if they are interested in the Hong Kong PhD fellowship, so please act fast. The deadline is December 1st. And this is set by the Hong Kong government. I don't have flexibility to take late application for that. So yes, please try. I think no harm trying.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, ladies, again.
Yes. So for all the technical issues like visa application or whatever, we will help our students. Don't worry. But I think first of all, make sure you get a good research plan and you can present yourself to be a good candidate first, and then the rest we will help you out.
Perfect.
Okay.